No.
Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Lowe's used to be out there.
They used to be out there.
Close to where the Walmart's at.
Across the street. It was
Yeah.
across the street.
Okay.
And, I mean, from the Dollar Tree, that area, it was across the street from there. There was two buildings over there, and they had to demolish those and dig up all that ground and anything that
Right.
showed any bit of, any trace of that PCBs. They dug the ground up
Right.
for years and years.
Thank you.
They had one section that was.
See,
And then if she can,
Was
oh,
dedicated.
that's perfect. As long as you here, but you got to sign. Just sign right there. So that was just you write your
Oh,
name.
signature.
Yeah,
Let me
just
borrow that 1 minute. and
just
I'll
to
come
be-
through with it.
so you want to be.
Yeah.
And I like that shot.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. And then Matt, you can get zoom in on each individual face and all that stuff and the hands and all
Places
that.
down there.
Let me go ahead and while
They're
she's while she's signing that and stuff, I'll ask you a few questions if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
So, can you just talk about where you grew up, like where you were born and
I was
raised?
born, let's say 1930, I was born in Cave Spring. Just right down 2 miles from here, or 3. But I've been there in Cave Spring all my life. But I served time in the Korea War for 2 years. And then when to come back, my dad, right in Cave Springs, the red light to the left, there was a service station. Guff. I worked there till I went in service in 1951 through 53. Then I come back and I went back to work with him for just a little while, and then I went butchering. I was a butcher for Kroger for a while, for about 3 years. And then she went to work at GE in 1954, and so I decided she's working there. It's a good place to work. I still say that.
Yeah.
Even though it had PCB, but
We
I
didn't know it
went
then.
to work there in 1955, and then, hey, you can't beat it. You can't beat General Electric, I tell you. For the benefits and the place to work, it was ideal. Sorry about the PCBs.
No, you don't have to apologize for anything.
We're
No.
not.
You were working. I mean that, and you know,
I worked around the PCBs. I did the units when if we had like a test failure on a big winding that's inside those tanks, if they exploded, or they'd pull them out and bring them into the plant. And so if it's outside in the field, that's mostly field type, what you see out in these fields where the transformers at, that's what I worked on. But if they fail tests and bring them back, we have to tear them completely down. So, but we had gloves and stuff like that, No, I didn't wear a mask or anything, but I try to not inhale that stuff. But I know a lot of guys that did. I think they're dead and gone, counts the PCBs, just to be honest with you.
Can't blame it on that though. You don't know.
you don't know.
huh?
You don't know.
Yeah.
So, what did you have some sense that you shouldn't be inhaling it? Why is it that you tried not to inhale it? Did
Well,
you?
I knew a boy that he worked in maintenance department, and ever so often, for some reason, they would, I don't know, scrap it. They call the PCB oil, and he went and got 5 gallons of it. It's ideal for killing grass. It killed grass forever, and then he was gonna spray it up on his house for, like
What's that 6?
termites, and so he made all his hair come out. Yep, that stuff is potent.
So he was working there at
Yeah.
that time, and his hair all came out.
Yeah, He wasn't supposed to really be taking that stuff out of that plant home with him. He works night shifts, see, and maintenance, he'd slip in it.
Is he dead by now? Don't we get him in trouble?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't. I think he is. About everybody I knew's about gone.
Well, I tell you
I'm
that.
hanging on.
Well, all of us that started out there
You don't hear that, oh, do you?
are in the 80s and stuff.
Yeah, we want to hear whatever you all have to say because it's part of the story.
All of us there's so many of us gone because when they opened, I was there when they shipped out the first transformer, and that was 1954 or 55. I don't remember which one it was, but we had a big big thing. Everybody was out in the plant for the thing. In fact, they hadn't even finished it when I went to work there. The cafeteria wasn't finished, or they had a bus before you went in the gate that had coffee and donuts and things in the morning. We'd grab us one before we went into
George Power
work.
bought the first transformer up there in Rome.
But I tell you, it was a good place to work. We had to educate a lot of people because when the people come down here from the north, you're eating fruit, banana sandwiches, and tomato sandwiches, and pineapple sandwiches. so we,
Yeah, but they wouldn't go back north.
No,
They
no.
like this southern
Yeah.
stuff.
But they were nice people. And we enjoyed just about everyone. Just like it
Yeah,
is anywhere
once
you
we
work. There's gonna be one or two that
Once we got
can't
used
get
to
along with
that
you.
Yankee talk and all, we all right, you know.
So it was the people that came down to start the plant were Yankees.
Well, all
Yeah,
of them.
most of them
Just
were.
about 90%.
Well, some of them.
Well, that's Cull from Massachusetts. That's where the big power plant was for GE up there.
Pittsburgh.
And the
Pittsburgh.
guys they didn't like,
Oh, Robert, you don't know
Cull.
that's true.
Yes, I do.
You don't
I've
know.
had talked to them. I know.
So they told you,
You don't-
they shipped us out.
We
Yes,
don't want
ship
GE
them out.
suing you.
They want to ship me out, but
No,
What kind of stuff did they say that y'all couldn't understand?
used guys like that. Had used guys. How many used guys over there?
What was it? Your boss said all the time in there or something? What was it? He
In
said?
there, but he
Hey,
was a
brother-
Pollock.
Now,
Well, I'm just telling you.
No,
that's
that's
now.
true,
That's
yeah.
the reason he
That's
said
what they
in
call
there. In there now, in their sport, he said, in their sport, you got to do this and do that.
like a lot of people, the Southerners.
I had to learn a lot of stuff when I changed positions 2 to 3 times, and I retired from the building cable department where the big windings come down. We build and put them, completely build a cable and all the cables that run through them, and everything.
And he lost a finger to GE.
That's all I got out of GE with that.
You didn't get out with that.
No, it didn't mash it completely off, but whenever they drilled through here and put a pin in it, and so when they took the pin out, it was like that in my way, and so the doctor recommended take it off, and so they did, and I can't tell it's gone except when I go to pick my
Well, the
dog.
day you was there, but anyway, the day that he did it, they wanted to take it off completely up in here, and
Well, I
he
was
wouldn't let 'em.
chicken. I should have let them take it off right then, but they took me to the operating room up there at Florida.
It did turn black, and then
If I had a ring, I don't wear jewelry working there, but if I had that ring on there, it mashed that thing off too. 'Cause what it got caught into what they call a couple that presses those connectors to the windings. This boy is on a Monday morning. He just mashed it to put in those fittings, and when he did, he just helped to it. And before I could get my hand out of the way, he done mashed it off. Well, it mashed it flat, bone, and it wasn't too bad. I didn't bleed very little.
There's a movie about the Civil War in the Ozarks, and there's a guy, he loses his finger just like that, and they're messing with him, and he recently becomes a father, and he uses it to be a pacifier for the baby.
Yeah.
And that's a joke in that
My
film. The
daughter-
film's called Ride with the Devil.
My daughter was teaching over at East Side in Rockmart, and so her 2 kids was in the school there too, and I went to the classroom, and they's always, she said, "Look what happened to Pop." They call me Pop, and so I said, yeah. I said, the little old boy was over there picking his nose, and I said, hey, I said, you see what happened? I put that up there. I said, when I started picking them boogers, boy, I said, he bit the finger off. And them kids couldn't, they just, like that, they believe it. It's a lot, every time I go around, they'll come over and look at my finger.
That is funny. Do you mind here? Let's change gears
Okay,
and have you.
right.
And we're gonna go over to Edith. Can
Okay.
you talk about where you grew up and where you were raised?
I was born here in Floyd County out on Livingston Road. My mother, and then during the Depression in the 30s, there was no jobs for anybody to work. And Granddaddy owned a farm in Tennessee. So somebody told him about the sharecropping on Morton's Bend Road. And that you go down, you'd have a house to live in, and you sharecropped. So they had, 7 boys? Seven brothers, I think. Mother had 7 brothers and 1 sister. And the sister was a twin, 1 boy. But anyway, they came down here to sharecrop. And they stayed 1 year. And Mother and Daddy met. They had a ball field down there, and Daddy pitched ball. Mother went to the ball game. They met, and et cetera, et cetera. And they married, and they had a little. Mother had a little boy, was born dead, died at birth, and he was buried at Livingston, and there. So then, when it came time to be paid, they were paid in the store script. The fellow in Morton's Bend owned a store down there, so they had to buy everything from him. So Granddaddy said, "Hey, this won't do." So they moved back to Tennessee, and back to the farm. And my uncles went to work for what was that they called during World War II? What was this?
CCC, Civil Conservation Corps.
Building the dam in Cleveland. What was the name of that? That's the one I can't remember the name of that dam, but anyway, it's
Every
close
10
to
minutes
Benton, where Mother and
it'll
Daddy lived. My grandmother and granddaddy lived in Benton, Tennessee.
It'll be the little red dot.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So when if that red dot will say recording is shut off, and then you
Okay.
just pop that again.